want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kadesh, the one of the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught me this truth. Alright, what you seeing here, this was the COVID, the crown sensor. The first time they announced that it was going to be a sensor. Alright, this is what it looked like. Alright, it was pretty much like a bracelet you wear, something similar to, something you would wear if you was jailed or whatever. This is what it looked like in the beginning to detect COVID. Alright, then they went to this device, which was made to where they could either put one in a mask or they can make it into a breathalyzer, like an alcohol test. Alright, so that's where it went from. Went from that to that. And then they ended up eventually going here with it. This is the crown sensor. Alright, so pretty much this right here senses crown and lets you know if you got it or when you get it. It looks like this. Alright, and we all remember this. This is the RFID microchip, and you know what people say, people been telling you to look out for that. That's what it looked like. Now they're talking about taking this microchip and combining it with that sensor. Alright, and they can do that because this is what it looks like now. As you can see, one of the pictures got the old one and the other picture got the new one. Alright, this is what it looks like now. This is the size of it now. Alright, and alright, okay, and right now they are in Africa. They are testing it out where they are combining the two together and giving it to people in West Africa, I believe, right now. Alright, and this came apparently clear, what a lot of us been saying all the time, that go-go juice was going to lead to the MOB, even though it's not, may not be the MOB right now. It's leading to this because it's coming apparently clear that one of these boosters will be, it's looking like one of these boosters is going to end up being the MOB, because they want to go ahead and get this sensor slash, chip, whatever you want to call it, in people. And I believe the method they're going to use to do that is putting it in one of these boosters that they are already telling people that you need a booster every year for it. Alright, so it looks like it's on its way. And this is causing a great divide in America. There was brother brought out an article. Now you got what you say, the go-go juice people versus the un-go-go juice people. Alright, so we get into that stage. Alright, this is Matthew, the 12th chapter, 22nd through 28th verse. Alright, then was brought unto him one possessed with a devil, blind and dumb, and he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb both spoke and saw. And all the people were amazed and said, Is this not the son of David? So this is another example how Yahweh Shai came from a father. Is this not the son of David? But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, This fellow does not cast out devils, but by Baalzebub, the prince of the devils. And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself should not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. how should his kingdom stand? And if, all right, so pretty much that was all I was wanting on it. So if Satan cast out Satan, how can his kingdom stand? So with this country being divided, go-go Jews versus go-go Jews, and then the divide this is happening with the races, right, Israelites versus Edomites, with that going on, everything's starting to fall apart, especially with this truth starting to come out, and everybody's starting to know the truth, all right? So it's causing a divide, and because this kingdom cannot stand, Babylon is going to fall, all right? And it's looking like it's going to fall really soon, because that census, they gave a crazy out there date, like they trying to have, that put out by the 2030, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be way, 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 way before then. But that was their goal. Is what they saying, to have them created and out by the year 2030. Everybody have one. Alright, that's what they trying to say. But it's gonna go down way before then. We won't get that far, I don't believe, but we shall see. All right, and this censor, which is why I believe they calling it a censor, just to get away from calling it a chip, cause you know how everybody been talking so much about that MOB. Even the Christians know that the chip is the MOB. All right, so that's why they trying to call it a censor, trying to confuse everybody. All right, but this is Isaiah 19. No, I guess I'll just start at the top. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord will rise up unto a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So the Lord coming back on the chariots, and we all know that this is Egypt, because the Israelites are still in captivity here. All right, and he's gonna burn Egypt. All right, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and all that, and all, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they will fight, every one of them against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, so it's just saying that that everyone, they was gonna go the war with each other. The Edomites were gonna fight the Edomites, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsels thereof, and they shall seek to their idols, and to the traumas, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. So, that's the fortune tellers, zodiacs, false religions, all that. That's where they're going to go. And Egypt will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. A first king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts. And, hey, it look like we might have that first king now, because I seen something where, Joe Biden was hitting around on dropping bombs on his own people, his own country, just to be hitting around or something like that. That that man is on a whole nother level, cause I ain't never heard a president make a hint like that before, ever. But that was crazy. All right, but it gets Isaiah 30. Well, and this is for the people that thought that it made sense to vote, and that they was gonna have your best interest in hand when they ain't never had your best interest in hand before. Isaiah 30, and probably just read the first 3. Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So anything that you trusting in, that's not the Lord, it's adding sin to sin, and it ain't gonna profit you in the end anyway. Alright, they walked to go down into Egypt, and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen them in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So they'd rather put their trust in this place, which is going to come to an end anyway, than to trust in the Lord. Alright, therefore should the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So pretty much, because you want to trust in this place, he's going to make this place turn on you. Alright, you want to put your faith and trust in Babylon, he's going to use that to bring you to shame, because Babylon is what's going to ultimately be your end. Alright, if you trust him. You like go juiced up. Think about it. Even if it wasn't the MOB looking like it's gonna be attached to it, even if that wasn't the case, something's really off when you are willing to take something, with those initials that say it does that, and you say you believe in the Lord. Alright? That makes no sense whatsoever. Cause anybody that believes in the Creator should know the Creator won't want you trying to do his job or mess with what he set up, right? So that was just backwards from the get-go if you say you believe in the Lord. Alright? But let's get alright. Well, we fast approaching. 2nd Ezra 15. Start at the 14th verse. Alright. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draw near. And one people should stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there should be seditions among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor prince in the course of their actions to stand in their power. And what happened at the Capitol building earlier this year, that should show you that we are approaching the point where they ain't gonna care what the leaders of the politicians got to say. Alright, when everything breaks open and the masses start to understand what us in this truth understand is happening, our hell gonna break loose, and they are gonna be so angry and upset that they were tricked. Alright, a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. Alright, that's because of that martial law that's coming. Because of their pride, the city should be troubled, and the houses should be destroyed, and man should be afraid. A man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulations. Alright? They ain't gonna have no pity upon their labor, because they're gonna be hungry, and they're gonna want whatever substance you got out your house. Alright? So that's it, you know what I'm saying? And that's why they say, people gonna most likely have to be like pilgrims on the earth in that time. Alright, this is 2nd Ezra 16th chapter. And I'm gonna start at verse 68. Alright. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they should take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered to idol. It's like that juice, you know what I'm saying? That's them feeding you, being idle with things offered to idols. And all this GMO food and all this other stuff. Alright. And they conceit unto them should be held in diverse and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Alright. For there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So everyone who fear the Lord is gonna be right. And alright, for there should be in every place in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, for stealing and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So they're just letting you know right now they're going to be going up into people's houses and taking the things they got. All right? People fighting against the people. A divided house. Then should they be known who are my chosen, and they should be tried as gold in the fire. Because when you put gold through the fire, it burns away all the impurities. The only thing left is the pure gold. Alright? So, let's get, John 16. Alright, John 16. I guess I'm going to start at the top on this one. These things have I spoken to you, that you should be offended, that they should put you out of the synagogue. Yet the time come that whoever kills you, they will think they does power service. All right. So it's gonna come a time when they start mistreating the man of the Lord. They thinking they doing a good thing. All right, because this is how messed up they're gonna be. All right. And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me. But these things have I told you, that when time shall come, you remember that I told you of these things, and that these things I say unto you at the beginning, because I was with you. Alright, so the Lord saying, He's telling us these things and letting us know that He's going to be with us if we with Him. Alright, but now I go away to Him that sent me. None of you ask me, where goest thou? Because I have said these things unto you. Sorrow have filled your heart. Right? So pretty much, He had told them and He had warned them. And that's what these scriptures are doing. They're telling us and they warning us. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is except for you that I go away. For if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you, which the Comforter is the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, which gives us His truth, and we find comfort in these scriptures. Alright? And when He is come, He will reprove the world of sins and of righteousness and of judgment. Of sins, because they believe not on me. Of righteousness, because I go to my Father, and ye see me no more. Of judgment, because the prince of the world is judged. Alright? So, alright, so that is what it is, alright? The Lord left us the Comforter so that we should be ready, alright? And let's get Matthew 24, 4th verse. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahushua, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So it's going to be wars and rumors of wars. Alright? For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginnings of sorrows. Because when you see what we're going through now, it's just the beginning. Then should they deliver you up to be afflicted, and you should kill you, and you should be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Alright? And they should make many be offered, and you should be betrayed one another, and should hate one another. Alright? And many false prophets should rise up and should deceive many. And because of iniquity should abound, the love of many should wax cold. Alright? And that's the time we ready. The love of many is about to wax cold. And the Egyptian is about to start fighting the Egyptian. as we read in Isaiah 19. All right, we are fast approaching that time. All right, so we here. All right, so with that, shalom.